Shout out to First Them News for tagging me in this story. And sometimes I wonder how it is that I manage to get through talking about stories such as these on a daily basis without losing my mind or losing hair due to what could be stress, but I found a way to keep myself grounded. But this story actually came out on September 1st, 2020. I'm kind of upset that I'm just now hearing about it, but I'm not surprised that I'm just now hearing about it because a particular group is keeping this very, very, very under wraps. And you'll figure it out when I mean in a minute. So in this picture, you see a 16-year-old by the name of Cayenne King, and he died on earlier in the month. And there was a suspect involved, and his name was Orlando Duarte, and you'll see his picture in a second. And he was 45. Basically, what happened is this 16-year-old boy, says that I got to get my words together. You know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and just read the article because it's gonna be hard for me to really try to form this the way I really want to. Authorities said that around 1 p.m., they were called to the scene of a shooting in Harrisburg following a report of a naked person being shot by someone in an orange shirt. According to Penn Live, nearby residents pointed in the direction the suspect fled and police found Duarte. Cops said that once they found Duarte, he allegedly fled the scene until a cop drew their weapon and said Duarte dropped a .22 caliber Smith & Wesson weapon. Cayenne was said to be found lying on the ground with a gunshot wound to the chest. According to neighbors who witnessed the incident, the teenager continued to call for help while he was shot. Neighbor Tracy Burton called 911 after spotting Cayenne running from the man. He was pleading for his life, she said, adding she could hear the boy yell, "Help me." One witness said she saw Cayenne on the ground with Duarte standing by him and claimed that as he said help, at one point it says he was 45, now it's saying 46. We'll say the person who was in that age range shot him 2 more times. Another witness per Penn Live said Cayenne walked by her porch before he died and told her he was raped by someone with a gun who was chasing after him. The woman said she tried getting a towel to cover him up, but soon saw Duarte with a gun before seeing him shoot Cayenne. Another witness told police he saw Cayenne at Duarte's apartment earlier on Saturday, where cops later found a box of .22 caliber shell casings. Investigators say that they also found 2 letters in the home, one of which appeared to be written by Cayenne. The letter, which detailed how much he loved his loved ones, reportedly read, "If you are reading this, I'm dead." Police said Duarte claimed he thought Cayenne was 18 years old and said that all the information he told him. Before Cayenne's shooting death, Duarte was reportedly charged in 2 different sexual assault cases in Pennsylvania more than 10 years ago. Police tried to interview Duarte, but he would only tell them that he thought the boy was 18. Duarte had been charged with criminal homicide and possession of a firearm, prohibited. Before he was charged in connection with Cayenne's death this weekend, Duarte had been charged in 2 sexual assault cases more than a decade ago. Before I went forward anymore with the story, I wanted you to see the mugshot of the person that apparently raped and killed this boy. That's him right there on the screen. The man was sentenced to 4 to 8 years in prison and 10 years of probation in 2012 after he was convicted of involuntary deviant sexual intercourse with a child and indecent assault of a person less than 13 years of age. This is what I mean. That's why I think they're fighting right now for these laws to change when it comes to getting so much leniency to these pedophiles and these rapists and everything like that, especially when they do stuff like this to children or those who would be considered to be minors. And he said that he thought that the boy was 18. It makes you wonder, considering his past, even if he was 18, what would this guy have done to him? Even more. Because remember, he's 45 or 46. It's a typo. And this kid was 16. Look at the age gap. He was old enough to be that boy's father. So it makes you wonder, what the hell is he doing fishing out there for young kids? He can't find anyone around his own age, so he has to go after children. Like I said, it's a manipulation thing. They need to also investigate further to see who else he has talked to in these time ranges, especially since he has a history of doing this. And it's crazy because the boy that he killed isn't even the youngest he's been with. It said that he got convictions for messing with a child under the age of 13, which is 3 years younger than the boy he killed. He was listed as a registered sex offender in 2015. Duarte was also sentenced to 6 to 23 months of confinement and probation for charges including simple assault and indecent assault of a person less than 16 in 2008. So this guy has a fetish for young boys. That's his range. But you know what's so crazy? He said he thought the boy was 18, but his history shows that he's messing with nothing less than everything but 18 and over. He's messing with everything that is 17 and under. He's messing with mostly minors. So now it's almost like he built a conscience. But even with that, like I said before, even with his history, even if the boy was 18, who knows what he still would have did with him or to him. But we know what he did do to him. He killed him. And he most likely shot and killed him because he was afraid that people would find out that he was still up to his old ways and he would go back to jail, maybe even longer this time. Well, this time with this murder charges that he's going to accrue, he will be in jail for a long time. And I wonder how he's going to fare in there, considering he's going to be in there with people who are over the age of 16. He is due to appear in court on September 28th and is being held in Dauphin County Jail without bail. During a vigil for her brother on Saturday night, Naria Jones, I probably mispronounced her name, told WHTM that they always loved Kai Kai. Another family member said the teenager had a very big laugh you could hear all the way upstairs on the 3rd floor. It's just, that's some pretty messed up story right there. But like I said, these are the kind of people right here that do not need to be outside of jail even after the first offense. If I had it my way, people like this would never ever get out of jail. And if they did, I will make sure that they serve way longer than the time that they've been than they should. Because 10 years, in my opinion, that's too short. Like you heard it right there. This guy has a history of messing with underage boys. And the last one he messes with, he ends up killing. You know what this reminds me of? When I first was reading it and they were talking about how the boy was running down the street naked and then he shot him and killed him and then stood over him and shot him 2 more times. It reminds me of a slight similar resemblance of what happened with that Asian boy with Jeffrey Dahmer way back in the day. You know how he ran down the street out of the Dahmer household, down the street naked and ran to the cops, and the cops gave him literally back to Jeffrey Dahmer. Why, I don't know. And then Jeffrey Dahmer ended up killing that boy. It reminds me so much of that. But hopefully this time they'll keep his ass locked up. This is the type of people that needs to stay in jail. But it's crazy how they will build up trumped up charges on black men any day for way less than this. For something that could be considered a misdemeanor, but they let elements like that continue to come in and out of prison like it's a revolving door.